Hello everyone, this is Mr. Informal back with a new thoughts, analysis, and rant. It's been a while since I made a video of my thoughts, analysis, and rant. But here we are. And so, what do we have here? Giving you my thoughts, analysis, and rant of the OnePlus 9 and the OnePlus 9 Pro. Both will be released at the end of this month, end of March 2021. Also today it was announced about these two new flagship models, and so here we are. Certainly OnePlus is starting to become established. Not only that, these have 5G, so that is absolutely great, and these will be sold on T-Mobile, which is again absolutely great for the general consumer. And not only that, exposure to the general consumer. I also know that they have also sold ATs and A Pro. I think ATs, just AT in the past before, so that is absolutely great. So they are more established than before. They are gunning for the flagship. I mean, they used to be called flagship killer, but I don't think that's there anymore. And so let me give you my thoughts right now of these two new models from OnePlus. They are alright, but I am very worried about the price. I don't think these are mid-range. I think these are flagship prices. I've heard people call them premium mid-range, which doesn't even make absolute sense. You either call them mid-range or a flagship or the top of line. That's it. There's no middle based on the price. And so it will be interesting, but to me these are so models. I mean, I won't be mad if you get them, but I'm not too happy about the price, because there's one model are $1,000, and again, I'm absolutely not happy with $1,000 model prices that OnePlus is trying to be at. I absolutely believe that OnePlus should be only around maximum $800. Anything more than that, that's close to the Samsungs, the Motorola's flip phones, and even the Apples of the world, and even Sony's. And I'm not trying to say they cannot compete. That's not what I'm saying, but the price is gonna hold them back, that's for sure. But you know what, let's get into the specs right now. So I'm gonna go with the 9 and gonna go with the Pro. That's how I'm gonna call them, the 9 and the Pro. So two different sizes. The 9 is 6.55 versus 6.7 with the Pro. That's inch screen. 1080 versus 1440 resolution. Both of them comes with Gorilla Glass, but the 9 comes with a plastic frame while the Pro comes with aluminum frame. Certainly they both come with the latest Snapdragon 888, which is pretty cool. No card slot for both of them. Base model comes with 128 gig storage with 8 gigs of RAM, and then you have the second option with the 256 gig storage and the 12 gigs of RAM for both of them. The 9 will come with 48 megapixels f1.8, no OIS, and then 50 megapixel f2.2 with the second lens with no OIS, and then 2 megapixels lens. It's actually a depth sensor, and they are actually made by Hasselblad. The optics, the glass is made by Hasselblad, but the Pro comes with 48 megapixels f1.8 with OIS, 8 megapixels telephoto with OIS f2.4, and then 50 megapixels f2.2 with no OIS, and again with Hasselblad. The front will come with 16 megapixels f2.4 with no OIS. For some reason, I don't understand why none of them have no OIS on the front, but it does come with gyro EIS, electronic stabilization, which uses the gyro sensor in the phone. Stereo speakers, 20-bit audio, but there's no headphone jack. Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.2, It certainly has NFC, USB 3.1. It does have the lock switch, or the silent switch on the side. Still has that. That's actually a great feature. I actually like that. Glass fingerprint. The fingerprint scanner is actually on the glass, which is pretty cool. Both of them will come with 4,500 milliamps of non-removable battery, wireless charging, and fast charging. And the prices are, here we go. The base OnePlus 9 starts with $730, and then if you go up with a bigger memory, certainly it's $830. While the Pro starts at $970 for the base, with the bigger storage coming out at $1,069. Wow! So those are the specs. So let's get into the analysis here. Now, OnePlus has not, they have slowly getting into the general consumer's mind. Not only that, well, actually, I wouldn't say not only that. I'd say on the contrary, I don't think they even gain market share. Have they? Have they jumped to a huge market share? No, that's because Huawei, Lenovo, and other brands are getting added too. And so it feels like OnePlus is not bringing anything new to the game. And so the market share has been stagnant. The great thing about it is that OnePlus is getting more exposure due to their contract agreements with T-Mobile. And as you know, T-Mobile is basically everywhere, advertisement with anybody and just about everybody. But the problem with this is that this is what my always problem with OnePlus is that the general consumers don't look at OnePlus when they get into the T-Mobile, Best Buy, or wherever. They look at either Samsung, Apple, Motorola, and that's it. I mean, I've never heard of any in my circle, go to a T-Mobile or any store and say, hey, can I look at the OnePlus? Maybe I'm the only one. Not only that, with their branding never settle, it feel like they have settled. And so as of right now, when it comes to the market analysis and even the general assumption or perceived assumption, the general consumer perception of OnePlus, well, it's stagnant. It's like, what's so special about it? It's $100 or even $200 lower than Samsung, but Samsung gives you great stuff. So am I saying that marketing needs to be better for OnePlus? No, I don't think so. I think that they just need to go for the jugular, for the throat, and just lower the price. And I will get to that rant later. But as of right now, their market share is stagnant. Not only that, I don't think a lot of people will buy more phones this year. Maybe in Christmas of 2021 we'll see more actions. But when this release in the end of March, which is pretty soon, I'm not entirely sure if a lot of people will upgrade or even buy OnePlus 9. Now, don't get me wrong, I actually think this is a great phone looking at the specs, but soon the phones nowadays are plateauing, and so market analysis is saying that OnePlus will most likely stay the same. And so let's get into my rant. So number one is that the 9 uses plastic frame, while the Pro uses aluminum frame. Why not both? Why not make it consistent? This is a problem what I had with the Samsungs. The 9 does not have IP68, thus in water resistant, while the Pro has it. I really don't get it. The Pro is bigger, and yet it has the same battery size as the 9, 4,500 milliamps. The Pro should have been 5,000. So, come on. Like, you got bigger footprints, and yet you don't want to take advantage of the size. You should take advantage of the size. OnePlus, and there's no headphone jack, and I'm really not liking that, obviously. And then, not only that, we have no OIS on the 9 for both cameras. They probably have electronic image stabilization, but come on, why not just use the same camera? I mean, no OIS for the 9. Really? On the camera? I mean, people are taking videos more. And you're telling me you don't have image stabilization? But, and certainly I have a problem with the price too. The price is, we're looking at $830 and then $969. Look, we're getting into Samsung S21 territory here, even Apple iPhones. And people are going to ask, what's so special about your phone? Why should I get your phone compared to the big two brands? And if I was a T-Mobile rep, I mean, the only thing I could say is that, well, you have more customization. Well, then people will say, well, I can also get that in Samsung. I mean, it's gonna be really hard to justify the price, especially the $1,069, which is the OnePlus 9 Pro, 256 with 12 gigs of RAM. Look, I know that OnePlus is not a company that you can convert Apple users, but if Apple users see that, they're going to be like, what's the point when I can just get a new Apple iPhone at that price? Or if I'm going to get an Android, I might as well get an established one, which is a Samsung. Heck, I might as well get a Motorola Razr flip phone at $1,000. I know they're not $1,000, but they're coming down in price. But my biggest rant for this phone is, it looks like the Samsung Galaxy S20. From the back camera module to the front screen and even the curvature on the screen, it looks like a Samsung phone. Now, I bring up Samsung copying Apple, and then you know what? I've always been consistent. I'm gonna bring it up. OnePlus 9 Pro and the 9 looks like a Samsung S20. I know that you can only design phones so much, but come on, like, you couldn't make the back just flush with the camera module or the camera part, the rectangular camera part. That was the problem with the Samsung S20. I mean, just make it flush, make it smooth, make it even, and you can increase the battery size. I mean, if you pull that out, people are gonna think, hey, is that the new Samsung? Hey, is that the new? Was that the last model Samsung? And you're gonna get sick and tired sooner. You're gonna get sick and tired of that sooner or later. But yeah, that is my last rant. And so let's get to the conclusion. The OnePlus 9 and the OnePlus 9 Pro is certainly an upgrade if you are a OnePlus 8 user or even a S20 user. But at the same time, is that an upgrade worth the price? To me, it's a no. To you, that's up to you. But the Samsung OnePlus, the OnePlus 9 and the OnePlus 9 Pro certainly is not going to move market share. Certainly not going to convert a lot of loyal brand phones out there. But hopefully, OnePlus is establishing themselves as a premier player in the Android, and there's no denying that they are certainly rising, especially once the general consumer starts believing in them, looking into them. And I truly hope that OnePlus certainly becomes that, because we need more competition. But at the price that they are asking for, it will certainly be tough, and that might slow them down. And so that is basically it for my OnePlus and OnePlus 9, 9 and Pro, whatever you want to call it. Thoughts, analysis, and rant. And so I will see you in the next thoughts, analysis, and rant. Bye bye.